Hello everybody, this is Pete Dodd again from foryourvitahype.com. I am continuing from the last one. I am now loading from the cloud on the PS3. I was surprised to find out, as you will find out in a second, that once it loaded in, it did not load the in-game save. It just loaded up into the beginning of that game. I swear I'd loaded in-game saves before, so I need to look into that. Maybe if there's multiple files, which I do have multiple files on my Vita, maybe it uploads, not the in-game one, but the one before that. I don't know, so maybe you have to delete files. I will be looking further into that. But I decided to go ahead with this video anyway, just for comparison's sake. So this is going to be the first inning of the same game that you saw on the Vita, except for this is on the PS3, and this should look better. I recorded this on a capture card that I just got. I'm still coming to terms with it. It is not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, I don't know, you get what you pay for. I did not pay for amazing, and it seems to get the job done. It looks okay. And I'm also coming to terms with video editing, and right now I am, I'm recording this after the fact, and I hope that this all comes through. I'm recording in Vegas, Sony Vegas, and it seems like the sound is a little bit off as well. I turned it down here, but as I was watching the video, it seemed like the ball hitting the glove, the sound was happening a split second beforehand. I can probably move things around. All of this is stuff I'm going to figure out. As far as the rest of the site goes, I've been writing all of my life. I've even gotten paid for it. Hooray. I'm not getting paid for that site yet. So the writing, the opinion, all of that stuff, even just creating stuff in WordPress, and then knowing the right people, Mike Phillips in particular for his amazing art on that site, and every site I've ever done, and Darby McGrath for editing my writing, because I do make a lot of errors, and Darby has OCD, which is perfect for combing my writing and fixing my crap. So anyway, I'm going off topic, but that's what I do, and that's likely what I'll do even when I get better at this. This is just the first inning playing out. As you see, it's the same game as the Vita version. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Obviously, like these player models look a lot better and stuff. But like the animations and all of that stuff, and just the way that the whole thing plays, it's identical, man. I mean, it really it paints a pretty picture of the Vita's future. The fact that it can run, a game this complex, this early in its life cycle. I mean, especially if you look at, launch PS3 and launch 360 games, and you see how far we've come since then, and you look at this as a launch game. I mean, it was a couple weeks later, but launch window game for the Vita. Just imagine where we're going to be on that device in 3 or 4 years. It's exciting, except of course we would like to hear from Sony about some games coming out, because looking at the upcoming list of, retail titles, like if you go to Gamefly, which I use to rent a lot of things, I think it lists 17 Vita titles in its coming section. It is dire. They need a big E3 with a lot of games, just like Nintendo did last year, to be completely honest. Except for Nintendo, the DS launch, or 3DS launch, was crap, where this launch has a ton of great games. But then, the 3DS launch was crap, and then there was nothing coming, and the Vita launch was great, but then there's nothing coming. So But then, last year Nintendo showed that Mario Land was coming, that Kid Icarus was coming, that Mario Kart was coming, and people started feeling better about the future of the system. And then, of course, they dropped price, and that was the bigger part of it all. They dropped price, and then they released 2 Mario games sort of back to back in November and December, and now the 3DS is a huge hit. I think Sony needs to pretty much do all of that. Obviously, they can't make Mario games, but they need to have some big titles coming this fall, and I do think they need to drop price. Idiots like me and you, if you're watching this video probably, will pay $250 for a device and then like $100 for memory and whatever else we paid for. The general public does not want to do that. This thing needs to be below $200, I think, and come with some memory. At least just stick a 4GB card in there or something. And then give us a whole bunch of stuff. Make us ambassadors again. I was a 3DS ambassador. In fact, those ended up being my favorite games on the system. I did end up selling that system. I like it. I just don't like the design of it. It's actually one of the few things since the original Nintendo controller that give me hand cramps. So I am going to wait until it is redesigned, or hopefully it is redesigned. Everyone's assuming it will be redesigned. So I'm going to wait for that to get another one, and by that time there'll be a bunch more games. Anyway, so yeah, I barely talked about the game. We've already seen the game, so you can consider this a mini podcast where I talk about my fears of the Vita's future. But I don't know. I'm happy with where it is right now, and I guess that's all that should matter. And come May, they better be impressing us with the E3. And that's a text message from my wife, who knows I'm recording right now. Awesome. So this is coming to a close. I just uploaded it again. I'm going to continue it from my Vita. Once I figure out all the save stuff, I will update you. Thanks.